Brock Kitterman, now the youngest member of the Carnegie Mellon University Tartans. He's even a team captain.
But as big of an impact as it's having on Brock, it's having an even bigger impact on the team. Channel 11's Peggy Finnegan shows us the hustle in the heart of the Tartans, and it makes us proud to be from Pittsburgh.
Brock Kitterman has game. And at 9 years old, he's the youngest member of the Carnegie Mellon University football team.
Amazing.
Thanks, guys.
It's really neat to be hanging out with all these football players.
The Bethel Park fourth grader signed a letter of intent last spring and is there at practice.
Water.
Thank you, bro.
Hanging out with teammates, and as one of this year's team captains, he's on the field on game day for the coin toss.
I never imagined, and I've always wanted to play football, but yet my disabilities never let me.
At 12 weeks old, Brock was diagnosed with a rare eye cancer. He's now legally blind, and the chemotherapy damaged his hearing as well. Brock was paired with CMU by Team Impact. It's an organization that matches kids facing life-threatening or chronic illness with college athletic teams to improve their quality of life through the power of a team. Because of his physical challenges, Brock has never been allowed to actually play on a football team, but these guys on the Tartans make sure he feels like he is part of this team.
He's been great to be around. He's out here smiling, having fun every day.
Dustin Schneider is one of the team captains.
Here you go, Dustin.
Thanks, buddy. Everybody, understands where he comes from, understands what he's been through, and really appreciates the fact that he can just enjoy being out here, kicking, throwing a ball around for a few hours every day. Brock's
parents say the experience has made a difference.
It's really opened him up a lot. He's come out a little bit more. He's not quite so introverted.
And Tartans coach Rich Lackner says Brock is not the only one benefiting.
I think it's very important as well for our kids to interact with Brock, see the challenges that he's facing every day, and it makes their challenges seem that much less.
Touchdown Tartans. You make us proud to be from Pittsburgh. Peggy Finnegan, Channel 11 News.
Brock's father calls the Tartan team the most amazing group of young men that he has ever met in his life.
I love the way they interact. That's a beautiful story. They obviously feel the same about Brock, and Channel 11 wants to know about the people or organizations that make you proud to be from Pittsburgh. Click on the Proud to be from Pittsburgh link under the News tab at our website, WPXI.com.
Pittsburgh is known as the city of three rivers, and they're such a wonderful asset. Those waterways have been attracting people to Western Pennsylvania for centuries. I got to spend a summer day along the water with a Manorville man who repairs old fishing rods and gives them out to children. Dale Ortman is teaching a whole new generation to love the abundance and beauty of our waterways. His mission helped him reel in a $50,000 prize as the winner of the Today Show's Small Axe contest.
These are the rods I get, like I said. They're all, this is the best about the condition I get them in.
Rods with broken tips, reels that don't wind. You may see junk, but Dale Ortman of Manorville sees the one that got away and the exhilaration of reeling in the one that didn't.
Every pole I was picking up and I was cleaning, I was like, it would just take me back to all the fish that I caught with that pole.
Dale collects and refurbishes old fishing poles. The first bunch came from his wife's late grandfather, James Swartz.
Too many poles, not enough time.
Then Dale gives them to children near Ford City and Katanning, sharing his love of fishing.
Yeah, like that. That's how you hold it. There you go.
Dale has made it his mission to get kids off their devices and outdoors.
My generation, we grew up, we were always outside, and the kids these days, now all they do is sit on the computer, sit in front of the TV.
Not that sitting isn't a part of fishing, but Dale says sitting and thinking is good.
Because when you're sitting there, you go watching your pole, and it gives you time to think.
Since March of 2013, Dale has handed out 244 refurbished fishing rods, introducing a whole new generation to the magic of fishing on the Allegheny.
Do an up and down motion. You get their attention, and you can catch fish after fish after fish. And then, you know what? You always remember that day, all right? The best day that you had fishing, what you caught. What days do you remember playing a video game?
In Manorville, where Dale Ortman is making us proud to be from Pittsburgh. Another story I found so intriguing featured a restaurant in Oakland that has caught the attention of news media around the world because of its unique approach to teaching people about other countries, in particular, countries with which we do not have a good relationship. Conflict Kitchen is a restaurant that serves only cuisine from countries with which the United States is in conflict, using food, which is universally appreciated, to engage the public in the culture, politics, and issues at stake within the focus region. It's not been without controversy. It is called Conflict Kitchen after all, but I loved the idea of using food as a bridge to better understanding other people in faraway lands.
Our version comes with a slow-cooked lamb and a little bit of caramelized carrots and raisins.
The food is exotic at Conflict Kitchen in Oakland.
So these are the pakora. Have you had pakora before?
But the unfamiliar Afghan fare tasted pretty good to these Sewickley Academy students.
They all seem to really enjoy it, so they went back for seconds.
History and Global Studies teacher Michael Ann Cerniglia
They're going to eat all of this.
Uses Conflict Kitchen as a way to give her students real experience with the cultures they learn about in school.
We want you guys today to think about all of the stereotypes that you've heard about Afghanistan.
It gives us and our students a way to talk about what's going on in the world.
Very religious focused.
So that we're talking not just about the politics, but about the culture.
Yeah, we need one more stereotype.
Refugees, what's going on with our soldiers.
This food stand on Shenley Plaza serves only food from countries in conflict with the United States, like Afghanistan. So what can the food of another country teach someone about people and their culture? Actually, quite a lot.
I think Afghanistan is a good example where, because of its history, you can see that all represented in the food.
With each authentic recipe, culinary director Robert Sayer serves up a side of education. The meals come with a wrapper containing interviews with Afghanis about their life, culture, and politics. The eatery focuses less on the conflict between governments and more on the people.
We don't actually dwell too much on the reasons for the conflict. We try and learn more about the people. And I think actually by learning more about the people, ideally in the end run, we see that we have more in common than we don't.
And when you have a lot in common, there is less conflict.
Get in the picture.
A recipe for peace that makes us all proud to be from Pittsburgh. Part of what I love about the Proud to Be from Pittsburgh series of stories is that every time I do one, I am enriched. They make me a better, more positive person. I always learn something from them. Like when I met Peters Township High School student Adam Blank, who taught me that no matter what the obstacles, you can overcome them and you can move onward and upward. Adam's an inspiration, and this story actually won us a Media and Mental Health Award, but the real reward was meeting Adam.
Hey guys, how's it going?
No one can inspire like Adam.
How are you doing?
Never judge a book by its cover.
Thank you.
Peters Township teacher Jenny Barney is talking about her student Adam Blank. He has albinism, sensitive skin and eyes, is legally blind with a speech impediment and autism.
What's up, Adam? How's it going?
But look deeper.
Adam is really well known, and everybody really loves him now. And he's always known for being in a suit and tie.
How's it going, guys? Good?
And he likes that.
Adam overcame daunting challenges to get where he is today.
Excellent, perfect.
A well-liked, outgoing senior class vice president, and now motivational speaker.
I want to become a public speaker, and I'm driven to really help people. I know probably about 10 people inside this room, so I am a little nervous.
Many of his speeches center on conquering obstacles like bullying, which he experienced.
I got teased, I got slapped, I got pushed downstairs. It was pretty bad.
Wow. So what do you tell people in your public speaking about bullying? What's your message?
Basically, my message is that I am different. You have to embrace it. In 2011, I was hanging out with the one group of guys.
Adam has given 8 major speeches this year and gets standing ovations.
He brought the house down. He hit 750 people. There was not a dry eye at the end of this speech.
How remarkable is that?
It's beyond words.
10 years ago, if you had asked me Where do you think Adam will be in 10 years? I would say, I just want to get through another day.
Adam wants to be a figurehead for other people. Say, hey, I can do this, and I know you can do it.
Helping and inspiring others.
You haven't heard the last of Adam Plank.
Is why Adam makes us proud to be from Pittsburgh. One of my other favorite stories helped me understand more deeply the bond between man and his dog. Did you know that a wet nose and a wagging tail can actually be therapeutic? Doctors love it, patients request it, and people marvel at it. A relationship with an animal can lower stress, relieve anxiety, even bring down blood pressure. That's why Children's Hospital uses therapy dogs to help sick children recover more quickly. Dogs like Vito, who can hop on my couch for a biscuit and a belly rub anytime.
Oh, come on, big boy. Come on. So how long have you been doing this?
For a year and a half now, Lori Baranti and her golden retriever, Dog Tour Vito, have been coming to Children's Hospital to visit sick kids and help them forget, even for a few minutes, that they're in the hospital.
You're going to find your dad.
Here he is.
Sometimes the dogs can do what doctors cannot. 4-year-old Nia Cohen was badly injured along with her parents in a hit-and-run accident.
When the dogs are here, she wants to know their name, she wants to know their story, how old they are.
On this day, Nia won't do her physical therapy, but somehow Dog Tour Vito gets her to take 2 loops around the 6th floor as she chats away, not about how her tummy hurts, but about dollies, growing up to be a police officer, and her cat named Georgie.
And what does Georgie look like?
She's gray.
She's gray.
Yeah, and her maiden name is Lily.
Isn't that a beautiful name?
She's nurses and doctors and people all day. It's like such a departure from like what is going on here that it's, you know, it's like a little bit of the outside world come in.
Vito is one of 52 therapy dogs at Children's Hospital, and they're all put through a very rigorous certification process. Basically anything a 2-year-old might throw at them. They get their ears pulled, their tails pulled, loud noises, and if they flinch, they're out.
Hi, Kaylee. How are you, sweetheart?
Many of them have just had operations or they're medically sick and they hurt, and they're generally can be tough for them, not in the best of moods, but when the dogs come in the room, it always changes. Who can't help but like a dog?
Vito, just the medicine this doctor ordered. It's not every day you meet a hero, and I believe Dr. Jim Withers of Operation Safety Net really is such a man. He works as part of the Pittsburgh Mercy Health System. Dr. Withers sheds his lab coat for a backpack and walking shoes all year round, no matter the weather, and practices street medicine, visiting his homeless patients in their makeshift shelters under bridges and in abandoned buildings. His devotion is remarkable, and Operation Safety Net, created right here in Pittsburgh, has now become a model for street medicine around the world.
There's a lot more people than you'd think that are tucked away in lonely places.
And Dr. Jim Withers has known most of them. For 22 years, he's made house calls to the makeshift dwellings inhabited by Pittsburgh's chronically homeless.
Some water?
She needs water. Yeah, she needs food, water, and she needs some socks.
I got to get under those bridges, you know. If I'm going to be the doctor I want to be, that's where I have to go. Bandage materials.
Dr. Withers listened to his heart and founded the nation's first full-time street medicine service, Operation Safety Net, part of the Pittsburgh Mercy Health System. It's grown from a staff of 2 to several dozen, now treating 1,200 homeless individuals a year. Dr. Withers says his faith guides him down these isolated paths.
That's how Jesus did his healing, and I think his message was to go where the hurt is. Vitamins. This is a splint. I've actually had to use it a few times.
I followed Dr. Withers and his team this week as they made their rounds. If there is an art to street medicine, Withers is a master.
The relationship is the most key thing. Even the most mentally ill person can read that you are respectful, that you're not judgmental.
It is amazing because you know you don't find very many agencies like him, doctors that'll come out here at night under bridges and give medical attention and care about you.
After 10 years on the street, David Mooney is moving into a new apartment next week thanks to Operation Safety Net.
They all have a story, and although there's a lot of pain and failure, there's also a lot of strength. There's a lot of spirit of just getting up another day. So where does it hurt? Does it hurt in here?
Operation Safety Net, homegrown in Pittsburgh and now a model for the world.
Thank you.
Peggy Finnegan, Channel 11 News.